Many people still ask, is the Earth flat or round? Flat earthers assert the planet is a flat disk, while mainstream science says it's a sphere, more precisely, an oblate spheroid. Let's examine both views, then see what the evidence says. What flat earthers claim. Flat Earth proponents often begin from skepticism. They doubt that institutions, governments, space agencies, education are trustworthy. They propose that photographs from space are fabricated, and that scientists conspire to hide the true Earth shape. Many believe Antarctica is not a continent but a giant ice wall at the edge of the world, preventing you from falling off. Some models place the North Pole at the center of the disk, with the Sun, Moon, and stars traveling in circular paths above the surface. On observational grounds, flat earthers sometimes point out that the horizon looks flat to casual vision. Even with binoculars, you rarely see obvious curvature. They also argue that if Earth were spinning on a curved surface, flights would need to constantly dip nose downward, because airplanes appear to fly level. That suggests a flat Earth. They point to experiments such as the Bedford Level Waterway observations, in which a level line of sight over a long canal seemed unbroken, and claim this shows no curvature exists. Some deny gravity or reinterpret it. They propose that down is mere density, upward acceleration, or electromagnetic forces, rather than a universal gravitational force pulling toward a center. Because many flat Earth claims rest on distrust, evidence that contradicts their views is often dismissed as part of a broader conspiracy. What the round Earth side argues. On the spherical Earth side, the consensus builds from centuries of observation, mathematics, and direct measurement. First, classical astronomers noticed that during lunar eclipses, Earth casts a round shadow on the Moon. Only a sphere always casts a circular shadow regardless of orientation. Also, ships moving away over the sea vanish hull first, then mast, consistent with curvature. Another strong line, observations of shadows and angles. Around 240 BC, Eratosthenes measured shadow lengths in two cities, computing Earth's circumference quite accurately. Modern versions of that experiment still confirm curvature. When you climb higher on a tall building, in a plane, or via high-altitude photos, the horizon visibly curves. Also, stars and constellations shift with latitude. Polaris, the North Star, appears higher in the sky the farther north you go. That change would not occur on a flat disk. Satellite imagery and space missions continuously show Earth as round. Currently, many Earth observation and satellite systems depend on Earth's curvature in their calculations for mapping, GPS, and navigation. Within physical modeling, scientists have explored whether phenomena like ocean currents, atmospheric circulation, gravity, and tides would behave the same on a flat Earth. Simulations show they do not match what we observe in real oceans and atmospheres. Finally, gravity theory strongly suggests matter draws toward a center. The only shape for which gravitational pull is consistent and symmetric in 3 dimensions is a sphere, or close to it. Why the evidence for round Earth is more convincing. Flat Earth arguments often rely on optical illusions, selective observations, or ignoring confounding factors. For example, the Bedford Level experiment seemed to show no curvature in a canal, but later reanalyses showed atmospheric refraction can bend light downward, masking curvature in such settings. Alfred Russel Wallace re-examined Robotham's results and found that refraction could offset the curvature effect. Flat Earthers often dismiss satellite photos, claiming they're faked. But across decades and from dozens of independent nations and private organizations, many satellites and probes consistently show the same spherical shape and behavior, changes in day-night shadow, color, and cloud patterns. The degree of coordination to fake that would be immense and implausible. Their alternative explanations for gravity are weak. Many flat models have no coherent, predictive gravitational theory. If gravity didn't exist, many everyday observations, satellites orbiting, the Moon's motion, tides, would not match. Those phenomena consistently align with Newtonian and general relativistic gravity, which assume mass concentrates toward the center. Laser ranging to the Moon, for example, helps confirm gravitational dynamics. In debates, flat Earth experiments often yield results that contradict flat models, yet followers reinterpret them or discard them. The documentary Behind the Curve shows that even flat Earth believers run experiments whose outcomes confirm curvature, but then they explain them away. Moreover, the flat Earth belief often leans on conspiracy, that every scientific institution, media outlet, school, and government is lying. Such a global, sustained collusion across generations is not supported by any credible evidence. This kind of wide-scale denial requires rejecting most of modern physics, astronomy, and engineering at once. The strength of the round Earth model lies not just in isolated proofs, but in its coherent integration across many fields: astronomy, navigation, physics, geology, oceanography. It makes consistent predictions: satellites orbit, GPS works, solar eclipses happen precisely, seasons shift reliably. Conclusion: flat earthers raise provocative questions and tap into understandable skepticism of authority. But their explanations lack internal consistency or predictive power across phenomena. On the other hand, the spherical Earth model is supported by centuries of observation, precise measurements, independent verifications, and theoretical consistency. In every line of evidence, shadows, eclipses, ocean currents, satellite imagery, gravity, the round Earth model succeeds while the flat disk model fails. In assessing which view to accept, we should ask, which theory explains more, with fewer assumptions, and makes testable predictions? The round Earth clearly wins that test.